Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chasing Rank channel. My name is Pauly. I'm one of the three creators you will regularly see on the channel. We have some exciting videos planned for you guys in the preseason. We're only 2 weeks away from the start of the FPL season, and today we are going through my first draft of a team at the moment. If you enjoy your FPL content and you're very keen to chase those ranks and try and push the best result you can this season, then make sure you smash a thumbs up on the video and make sure you subscribe, turn all the notifications on. We are quite active over on Twitter as well, so all those links will be down in the description. Let's get straight into it. We've got a lot to talk about. I've got a very interesting first draft team for you guys. We're starting with a blank slate on the team here because we just want to build the team nice and slowly all together. So, kicking it off in goal, I do have a pick that I'm not 100% sold on, and it is Kelleher. He goes in straight away for me in goals. I'm more of a fan of the 5 million goalkeepers, but in this draft, I need to try and skimp and save a little bit. The way I'm skimping and saving is with our goalkeeper. So Kelleher goes Forest away, which I don't like. Same with Villa away. Then he goes, Villa at home. Then he gets Sunderland away, Chelsea at home, Fulham away, Man City at home, Man United at home, and then Man City at home as well. I don't know why they've got him as a Brighton goalkeeper, but what I'm not a huge fan of is I'm really skeptical about what Brentford are going to be doing this season. Obviously, no Thomas Frank, no Brian Mbeumo. A bit interesting of a situation. From listening to a few other podcasts, so Thomas Frank was also an assistant coach promoted through the ranks at Brentford as well. So maybe it's an opportunity for Brentford to take this again and then, rebuild, as they've done so far in their small history in the Premier League. So I'm very keen to see what can happen here with Kelleher. I'm a Liverpool supporter. I've seen him be a really good shot stopper, so maybe it's one of those ones, if they can eke out a few clean sheets, then he will be very similar to a Mark Flecken, that he could potentially get some serious bonus points when it comes to those clean sheets and saves as well. So nowhere near fully set on Kelleher being my goalkeeper, but for this first draft, he is, because when you get to the nuts and bolts of this team, you're going to understand why I've got a 4.5 keeper. The other option is Verbruggen, but I don't want to go to Verbruggen for another reason, and I'll talk about it later. Kinski, I'm putting in at the moment as a 4 million option in case he does play. That's just a bench sitter. If come the end of preseason, Kinski doesn't look like being the number one, and I'm going to stay with Kelleher, then you probably just go Valdemarsson and take the double Brentford option. So let's move into the defense. I'm going with one premium defender, and it's Mark Cucurella. Anyone who was following my FPL journey last season over on my Twitter would have known how much I loved Mark Cucurella. I had him in my side for a long period of time. I had him for that stupid red card he got at the end of the game against Wolves, but he did get me some 15 pointers, which really pushed me up around the top 50,000. I think I was just outside the top 50,000 last year in rank. I like Chelsea's fixtures, especially across the first 6 weeks. You get Palace at home, West Ham away, Fulham at home, Brentford away, Man United away, and Brighton at home. I'm very keen on this run. Cucurella is someone who can have big attacking threat in certain games, and he can also have an opportunity to get those defensive contributions if he's playing in that sort of inverted fullback, wingback role where he pushes through the midfield as well. So I could see him definitely getting a lot of recoveries, a lot of tackles, but also pushing forward and scoring a lot of goals. So at 6 million, I think he's obviously one of the better options at 6 million. There are lots and lots of good defenders that I'm sure we'll talk about on our live streams, which are going to be starting this week. But Cucurella is my most expensive defender. We're then going to fill the rest of my defense out with De Kuyper from Brighton. We've got Mickey van de Ven from Spurs. I'm going with Enzri Konsa from Aston Villa. And I'm also going with Esteve from Burnley. So, very cheap defense. You can obviously understand where maybe the funds are now going in this side. I'm going with a triple up of 4.5 defenders. Now, no means this is the three that I'm going to land on. I think there's definitely a spot in here for a Chris Richards, but I'm waiting to see what happens with a Mark Gahey. The issue is obviously the transfer window is going to stay open until, beyond game week one's deadline. So we need to be mindful of who we are picking, and is there going to be rotation? Is there going to be players coming in? So Mark Gay, he's one who's very much linked to Liverpool at the moment. So I'm a bit hesitant to go there. I'm not a huge fan of the Crystal Palace opening 6 fixtures anyway. Like Chris Richards has been someone that I've looked at getting in my side. You then get him in for Forest. You're probably trying to avoid the Chelsea and the Villa games. You then get him for Sunderland, West Ham, and then you want to get rid of him, like as in bench him for that Liverpool game. So I just need to play around with the rotations a little bit, because I'm still not set on the Kuiper, Van de Ven, Konsa rotation. Estevez, probably someone I will play against Sunderland. I'm hoping that game could just be a 0-0 and you just get your 6 points and you run away with it. But I'm not sold yet on a 3-way rotation of 4.5 defenders. Mickey Van de Ven gives you defensive contributions and goal threat. Konsa, I think he's just more a clean sheet, potential type of defender. And De Kuiper, from his time in Belgium, is a very, very aggressive left back with Estupiñán on the way out of the club as well. I think he could be that 4.5 enabler that's more of an attacking option. So if you've got a better set of 4.5 defenders, get them down in the comments. Let me know who you think the 3 4.5s are that rotate very, very well. Just to let you guys know, I am not looking at a bench boost game week 1 as well. So that's my defense. I think we've got a good balance in that defense. Like everyone's going to play. Estevez very locked in that Burnley side from the Championship as well, so I expect him to do quite well. But let's make a move into the midfield, because this is where things get spicy. We're going to kick it off with... Are we going to go with the big boys first? Yeah, you got to have Mo Salah. I don't think we need to talk about Mo Salah too much. He is definitely locked and loaded in my draft. He's going to be someone who I don't think leaves my side much this season at all. Just with the signings that we've made, you've got Florian Wirtz, you've got Ekitike, you've potentially got an Alexander Isak coming in as well. From he had 20 goal, 20 assist season last season as well. So I think Mo Salah just needs to be in your sides at 14.5 million. Yes, it's a lot of money, but I'm showing you a way to get creative that you can actually get a very, very good side with him in the side. Cole Palmer, somebody I really do like. I said about how good the Chelsea fixtures are with Cucurella. I think Cole Palmer, especially if he's going to play off the right in this system, I think he's going to be absolutely dynamite with a few new pieces added around him. But that Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, Man United, Brighton stretch, I think there's goals there for Chelsea, and I want all the parts of Cole Palmer. Looked very, very good at the Club World Cup. I'm not going to go into that. Everyone's talked about it so much. We're also getting Bukayo Saka. Now, this is the more controversial pick. You obviously knew that by the thumbnail of this video that Bukayo Saka is probably going to be in this side. I think mainly I really want him for this game week 2 game against Leeds. That could be an absolute bloodbath, and I expect Arsenal to do very, very well in that game at home as well. And I think Man United, even Forest and City at home, I expect Arsenal to score in those games. Again, with West Ham at home in game week 7. If you had an opportunity to tell me that I was going to have Salah, Palmer, Saka in this side, now what I could probably do is actually move Cucurella down to, make that 2.5 million defenders and go like a Mikalenko and a Levi Colwill. So if I wanted to make some, changes to my defense, I could that way. But I'm very happy with those in the midfield. Then we are actually going to stay. Now, I'm surprised that he doesn't pop up here. I'm going to go with Morgan Rogers and then Iliman and Dye as my 6.5. And Dye, his projected points are not fantastic, it looks like. But I think everyone is talking about Iliman and Dye partly because of this run that Everton get at the start of the season. Leeds, Brighton, Wolves, Aston Villa at home as well. Potentially on penalties, scored 9 goals last season in a struggling side. They did get better with David Moyes. How did that just happen? Well, that's not even my team, so we'll finish that off in a second. That is just crazy. I don't know what's just happened there. That is practically my team. We don't have Obi and we don't have Nildo. That is a bit random. So let's get our defense sorted. De Kuiper, Konsa, Esteve, and Van de Ven. I don't know what just happened there. That was weird. I think I must have hit back and then it's gone too far back. So then up front, we'll leave that for now because we don't actually have Jared Bowen, and I'm going to leave João Pedro there. So that's a little bit awkward. But what we were just talking about was Illiman and Dyer. I think he's someone who at the start of the season we can definitely take a punt on. He is somebody who potentially is on penalties depending on if that Barry from Villarreal that's come in takes them. I think early days I'm happy to run with Illiman and Dyer. Morgan Rogers is just a fantastic FPL asset as well. The fixtures for Aston Villa are actually solid from an attacking perspective. I think they're going to concede goals, which is why I'm a bit iffy on Esri Konsa. But Newcastle at home, Brentford away, Crystal Palace at home, Everton and Sunderland away, Fulham at home, and Burnley at home. That is a very, very good attacking set of fixtures, and I actually expect him and Watkins to actually do quite well. So the other option I've got is taking a little bit of money out of my midfield and then bringing Watkins into my forward line, because as you can tell, I've only got 12 million left. So I don't have heaps of budget left for many other forwards. So we've got João Pedro and Dominic Solanke in my forward line to go with a Krupi Jr. So sorry that my team went back ahead there, which is a little bit frustrating. But João Pedro, I don't fully love this pick. There's a world where this pick is Chris Wood. 60% owned already, and we're still 2 weeks out from the season. If he just starts to look good in preseason, there's a world where you're covering your bases with the João Pedro. I think too many people are going to own him at 7.5. The last 2 seasons, he scored 5 penalties in both seasons. I don't think he takes penalties off of Cole Palmer, so I'm a little bit hesitant to go there with a João Pedro, but right now he's in my side out of fear factor of him going crazy. Solanke, I just think in a Thomas Frank system that does revolve heavily around the striker. We've seen Solanke play well at Bournemouth in a similar system as well. Obviously, the Ange side of things, didn't work out fantastically. I managed to get a few really good returns out of a Solanke last season. Barring that Man City fixture, you get Burnley, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Wolves, and Leeds. I think from a Tottenham perspective, you want a piece of their attack. I'm not sold on Kudus, so I think Solanke is the next best option. And then Krupi Jr. is just a 4.5 that looks decent, but haven't seen too much. So that is my side. I already own Van de Ven in game week 4. Fantastic. So this is what I did before, and then now I had to clear my team. Let's just do this for now. Let's just restore him. Let's make the... I don't like when this website does this. So let's restore. Let's make... No. We're going to save that plan. We're going to go to game week 4, and then we're going to take Van de Ven and Solanke out for Bowen. Sorry about this, guys. Bowen and Reynilda. I don't know how you spell his name. Oh, he's a defender. Ray Inlilido, whatever his name is. Make those changes. Now we go back to game week 1. So this is if you ever get stuck on Fantasy Football Hub, guys, that's what you need to do from time to time. So Van de Ven comes in, and so does Domenico Solanke. So in they go. We make those transfers, and now we're going to optimize our team for game week 1. They reckon we go with Konsa on the bench with Estevez and Karupi Jr., and we run that 3-5-2 shape. Team rating for the week 93. Sorry, overall rating 93. For game week 1, though, we're sitting at a 95 rank. Captain on Salah. You've got Palmer, Saka, Solanke, João Pedro, all playing home games bar Saka. You've got Cucurella against Crystal Palace, Van de Ven against Burnley, and De Kuyper against Fulham. Then in game week 2, I think it was just inevitable we're going to have a tough rating in game week 2. Anyway, we've got a few tough fixtures, and we've got a few players playing each other. So you've got, Rodgers versus Kelleher. You've got, and De Kuyper versus Ndiaye. So you can't really avoid that. And then you've got Kelleher and obviously Konsa playing each other. Then you've got game week 3 with a rating of 88%. I try to get as close to 90 as possible where I can. Game week 3, you're probably looking at a Cole Palmer against Fulham at home as that captain option over a Mo Salah. But again, Salah at Anfield is a very, very strong captaincy option. And then game week 4, we're looking up around the 86% mark. Again, you get De Kuyper against Bournemouth. His numbers, because it's obviously away from home as well. You could look to just bench Konsa against Everton away and expect to see if Everton are going to score. But again, you get a bit of a matchup there. But that is where my side is at the moment. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you smash a big thumbs up button. We will be here regularly with live content, talking through all things FPL. So if you're excited for that, make sure you smash a thumbs up on this video. Make sure you turn notifications on so you don't miss a video, and we'll see you very, very soon to chase more ranks.